Tonight, one of the most dangerous storms to hit the U.S. in decades. Hurricane Ian ripping through Florida in full force tonight. Trees thrown around like twigs, pieces of homes tossed into the air. Almost 2 million people, most of southwest Florida, now in the dark. The amount of damage done, we won't know until sunrise. Good evening, and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Tasmin Mahfouz.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Flanagan. It's a stunning view from Fort Myers, Florida tonight. Floating cars bobbing down empty streets filled with water. Palm trees swaying violently in the wind. And just south of there, the hurricane pounding Naples as well. Take a look here. Rushing water seeping into a firehouse. Firefighters seen removing equipment from trucks with water up to their waists. The live video shot by members of the fire department this afternoon. The fire engine apparently brand new. City of Naples now under an emergency citywide curfew until further notice. The fire department pleading with residents, stay off the roads. More video out of Naples. Streets flooded, power lines damaged, and again, nearly 2 million people without power tonight. That is the majority of southwest Florida, and those outages are expected to last days.
And take a look at this. Powerful winds ripping off a screen porch at this pool. This video was taken in Cape Coral. Footage shows the enclosure being ripped away, pulled from the ground, and collapsing like it's nothing.
And we have live team coverage on Hurricane Ian tonight. Max Marcilla live as Virginia declares a state of emergency ahead of the storm moving north.
And Cheyenne Corin talks to people having to escape the storm's wrath, leaving their belongings behind. But we start tonight with Chief Meteorologist Jessa Webb tracking the hurricane in real time. Jessa.
Yeah, we still have a very robust storm system that now has actually been downgraded to a Cat 3 storm. And so still very much land interaction hasn't done much to Hurricane Ian right now. And I have made a time lapse so you can just see the slow movement of this storm system. Now it's currently at a crawl. But the better news that the entire storm system is on shore, but the bulk of the damage is still not done. Now you are going to continue to watch for the flood threat. The storm surge will definitely be picking up because we do have a high tide cycle that happens overnight into early morning hours. So the flooding that you're currently seeing, that's going to continue to rise along with all this moisture right here. WPC Weather Prediction Center has issued a new update forecasting 10 to 20 inches of additional rain that's going to be impacting central Florida. And so as the storm system continues its trek across the area, it is going to go to nearly a crawl. So moving very slowly, even though we're downgraded now to a Cat 3. So look at all these watches, warnings that are currently in place. Hurricane warnings continue to stretch all up and down Florida with flash flood warnings. They're in that darker green with many areas already picking up 14 to 18 inches. So the latest track, actually, this just coming in here at the 9 o'clock hour, now downgraded to a Cat 2. So now sustained winds of 105 miles per hour. So this is a very fluid situation with the land interaction. It's hopefully going to start to crumble this storm system apart even more, and that's really going to help us out. The problem is, you can see the track, Orlando. If you have friends and family in Daytona Beach, this still is tropical moisture that is about to head their way, and still it will be a Cat 1. The problem currently that I see is that this is going to push offshore by tomorrow afternoon. When you get back into the Atlantic, it's a reorganizing phase, and so you still have that tropical moisture in a warm Atlantic that could re-energize this storm system. And then we're going to be looking at our third potential landfall across Savannah, Georgia into Charleston, South Carolina. So we'll watch that closely. How does this impact the DMV? Right now, it's looking like it will be an area of low pressure, but we do have a state of emergency that has been issued from the governor of Virginia. That's the entire state. But look at the movement. It's going north and west. So across the district right now, we have little concern with the moisture unless it continues to travel more towards the east. So this looks to be swaying more into the West Virginia area, into Southern Virginia as well. We'll also look coming up, potential for some winds picking up and what to expect really for the next 24 hours across sections of the southeast. Guys?
Vanessa, thank you. And just devastating, you're taking a look at a time lapse of the storm surge on Sanibel Island. This is only over the course of 30 minutes, so here you can see debris whipping past the camera. Their unrelentless amount of rain, fierce winds, and water flooding streets. Oh my goodness, just anything in its path. the hurricane battering the state tonight.
Certainly is. Reporters from our sister stations down south have been on the ground all day long, giving us a first-hand look at the damage. Our Stacy DeSilva joining us from downtown Lakeland with what she's seeing.
We're here in downtown Lakeland, just outside of our bureau office, which has become our hurricane shelter for the night. You can see Kentucky Ave down here in downtown Lakeland is completely deserted. This is a busy commercial area right down the heart of downtown Lakeland. Heavy winds, no real lull here anymore. The storm is here. We have trees blowing in the wind ferociously out by the federal building. There's palm trees there that have been swaying in the wind like crazy. Down the block, there are some, you can't see it on the camera, but there are some lights strung that are now dipping down, almost nearly touching the street. Now, it's been a couple hours here where trees have been falling. We saw on Tennessee Avenue, we saw a tree laying across the road hours ago. These heavy potted plants, we saw one knocked out again several hours ago. So the wind has been here for a while and it's definitely picking up now, and we're just bracing for the worst of it here in downtown Lakeland. Back to you.
All right, so that was actually taken earlier today. It was too dangerous to go live with the reporters there on the scene, but as you can see, is absolutely just terrible there. And continue on with your local news tonight. A search underway for more than a dozen Cuban refugees whose vessel sank off the coast of Florida as Hurricane Ian moved through the region. Now, this is video out of Havana as Ian swirled past the island into the Gulf of Mexico this morning. According to the Coast Guard, 4 refugees swam to shore because of inclement weather. 3 more people were rescued and then taken to the hospital for exhaustion and dehydration. Air crews were out until dark searching for the others.
And Justin, tonight, Virginia now under a state of emergency as the Commonwealth prepares for remnants of Hurricane Ian.
Yeah, Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcilla joins us live with more on what that state of emergency means. Max.
Well, look, what this really means is logistically, Virginia will be able to move some of its resources to respond quicker, whether that's in Southwest Virginia or any other part of the state that may face some remnants from the hurricane. Now, the reason why Governor Glenn Youngkin decided to enact this state of emergency as per his executive order, well, it's because of the forecast of the storm, which says that the Commonwealth is preparing for potential impacts, including severe rainfall, flooding, wind damage, tornadoes. The executive order says they're preparing for some of that to damage either buildings or roadways or utilities. Now, it's a similar measure that we've seen Virginia take in the past. Just last year, you might recall, then Governor Ralph Northam enacted a state of emergency as Hurricane Ida approached. Kind of the same thing. The remnants were the part of that hurricane that hit Virginia. Youngkin tonight saying he and the First Lady Suzanne Youngkin, well, they are praying for Florida and Floridians.
This is going to be an all hands on deck kind of moment, and we should continue to lift up everyone in Florida in our prayers.
Now, it's important to note that the radar right now, I got a chance to talk with DC News Now meteorologist Scott Sumner and asked him, look, what parts of Virginia should be aware, kind of keeping their eyes on the radar. He says it's really the southwest part of Virginia that could see the actual part of the hurricane in it. Some heavy rainfalls, potentially tornadoes, he said, in the areas between Roanoke and Richmond. As for northern Virginia, well, you'll hear in our full extended forecast from Janessa Webb, expecting some rain, but really the main parts of Virginia that Scott Sumner told me that he thinks Youngkin was preparing for was those areas in southwest Roanoke and Richmond. We'll send it back to you live from Northern Virginia. Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
All right, Max, thank you. Meanwhile, the images of wind and rain battering southwest Florida are especially hard to watch for evacuees. Many have no idea what their homes look like right now. Our Cheyenne Corinne spoke with a woman who evacuated from St. Petersburg about how she's holding up.
Definitely a story that's going to shake a lot of people.
That's the voice of Caroline Statler, who evacuated from St. Petersburg, Florida to Orlando. She's staying with her boyfriend's parents, who have a generator at their house. She says yesterday they drove to Orlando after getting a notification that their building is closing. But she has friends who are still there that she's worried about.
For all any of my friends watching this back in Florida, just stay safe and stay inside, and we'll ride it out.
And how long have you lived in the area? Is this the worst storm that you have seen?
I don't know if I want to say it's the worst storm. I think it's the most impactful storm probably that's affected the Tampa Bay area.
Caroline is hoping by the weekend the roads are clear enough to go back home. But she doesn't know what she's returning home to.
And are you concerned at all about that damage to your home? I mean, I can only imagine.
Oh yes, absolutely. We're concerned, but we've kind of accepted that whatever happens, happens.
Reporting in Montgomery County, Maryland, I'm Cheyenne Karen for DC News Now.
And our team at DC News Now is keeping a close eye, of course, on Hurricane Ian. You can keep watching us at 9 and 10 on DCW 50 for the latest updates. When we're not on air, you can go online at dcnewsnow.com.
And new tonight, a shooting at Union Station in the middle of the evening commute. We're taking a look at crime concerns for travelers there tonight. Plus,
I would like to think that one person's life being lost would have been enough for change.
911 frustrations after complaints of multiple failed dispatch responses in the district. Why a roundtable today left critics even more disappointed.